Hi guys, and this is the Sheffield Wednesday versus Millwall review, and this is a great game for us to get our first win and more points on the board. No offence to Millwall, they're just not playing well at the minute, and this gives us a great chance to kick on and get some good points against them because they haven't played well all season. They haven't even scored goals yet. And the interesting thing about the game, Millwall will be wearing a yellow away shirt from last season because they can't find their kit. The kit man misplaced it, can't find it. So I think they said at half time he may be getting it back on, back to the player, but at the minute they're in our away kit. The team news is Kirtland, Buxton, Reeder, good player to have back, Gardner, Zayata, Prutton, Coke, Palmer and Nihu, Antonio and Halan. Sub for Davis, Lira, Maguire, Magoma, McCabe, Lartis and Samido. Should be able to get some points for that team. I feel like it's a very strong team and it gives us a chance to do it. But the start of the first half, they came out really well and there was a great save by Kirtland in the first 2 minutes. And it was like good to see he was on his toe, but you do have the feeling that sometimes when they're just not awake and ready for the game, so it was like, is it going to be one of those days again? But just after that, pretty much, Zayata turned it into his own net, and that's just gutting after all what you go through and stuff. And it's like, oh, we're going to have one of those days, aren't we? And you're thinking you're going to have to get up, get pumped up again and get sorted. And we just weren't switched on at the back yet again. It's time for one of those things. But Reeder comes straight back into the squad, makes it 1-1, and it was a good goal. And it was only not long after Millwall took the lead, so it was great to get an immediate response. And we came very close a couple of times in the first half, but one of our problems is we did not close them down fast enough, and we let them have a bit of space to run on. And our main problem for me is that we are very vulnerable on the left hand side. Teams seem to get past us very easily. And to be fair, it was great to see Bywater back, but he's having a mare for Millwall. And the Wednesday fans are like, yeah, get him, but you don't like to see him when it's a former player, but he's not having a great game at all. Halan got some good crosses in, and so did Palmer. And there were balls that were very playable and workable, and Coke tried to get a good through ball going, and the Coke-Prutton partnership seemed to be working quite well. And we had another good header from Reeder, but for me sometimes it felt like Reeder was playing as our only attacking player, like when he got forward, and we have got attacking players. It'll be nice to see Halan and Palmer and hopefully if Palmer comes on, get forward, and Nihu. But talking about Halan got some good balls into the box, and then Halan scored an amazing 25-yard shot, and it was just like that, more like it, 2-1. Scoreline we've been on the other end of most games, but it's nice to get that in. And Millwall were trying to push on and get going in the first half and get attacking, but for me, we just managed to keep blocking them off. But there was times where we made silly little passes where we lost the ball, and I just still think keeping the ball is our number one problem at the minute. We are not very good at it. And Millwall did try and get forward. They had some shots and they went high and wide, and it was offside thankfully. But at times I felt we needed to press a bit further forward and get going well, and there was a great play with Palmer and Nihu. Nihu looked better each game. He's starting to look very, very fit and getting there, and we're going to see some great stuff from him. And he hit the post with a great header. Beavers. Bywater was all but beaten, and Reeder went up at the follow and it got saved. And it's like we're getting so close to getting another goal, and Antonio loses the ball near the end of the half, where we're just a very poor pass after he did all the work. But what you've got to remember, Antonio was injured at the back end of last season, so it's going to take him time to get that back to that form he was in. But it's a great half for us. Bywater seems to be having a mare for Millwall, and it's been good to see us go forward, and I think there's I think there's going to be a lot more goals in the second half, and we are playing really, really well. So in the second half we saw a change for Buckton came off and Semedo came on. There was great play by Winter with the ball, and great break by Antonio, a 2-on-2 champ, but he just didn't have the chance to put it away. And Millwall started to get back into the game, and you felt really worried about it. And Millwall eventually got their away kits on. Somebody went and got some kit for them, their kits, and picked them up and got them in it, so it's good. And the problem is, Millwall was starting to come into the game, and you felt like they could nick one at any point and start to think, oh, it's going to be one of these days again. And we're really not defending well at the back at times. We are very much switched on. We need to wake up more. I don't know what it is at the minute. The back does not seem solid. It seems there's something not right there, and we definitely need another goal. Well, we need a goal scorer, because at the minute we got Antonio not got back to quality he was last season. You've got Halan who's playing well, New who's starting to get back into the English game, Maguire who's on the bench a lot at the minute, and Medine's not playing due to personal reasons. And there was a clear penalty for us. Antonio went down in the box. Bywater's arm was out, and he gave a corner there, but it was a penalty. He took him out, and it's a shame we are not getting decisions like this by referees again. I don't want to keep saying it was a referee fault and stuff like that, because it'll be using the same excuse that we used last season at times, and I don't want to do that. But the referee was dreadful. Kept on giving decisions, not giving decisions, then giving corners instead of the actual what the decision should be, or free kicks. And we need more goals really at the club, because we ain't got anyone at the minute who's an out and out goal scorer. We need to get players in. Hope by the next game. Maguire came on for New, and we had times where we should have had a lot of chances to put it, and we just seemed very, especially at the back, lacklustre at the time, and people not being marked. Palmer went down injured with a head injury, got up, but he finally carried on. And I wrote this down when I was doing it, and I said it feels like at the game we're going to concede. It feels like this is going to be 3 points lost. And as soon as I wrote it down, we gave a penalty away. Reader bundled over a player in the box, and it was a pen, but it was a soft penalty. If that was a penalty for us, for them, the one at the other end on Antonio was a penalty, and it just seemed like the referee had a terrible game for calling it. And their player steps up and it was 2-2. It was a gift. They not played brilliant. And when you have clubs around us who are playing teams that are not doing very well and winning 5-4-3, it's like, why aren't we doing that? Oh yeah, they've got goal scorers. It's something we don't have yet, and it's really starting to get irritating. Cope came off for Larty, and there's 5 minutes to go. Could we get the winner of the game? And Larty went down, and it wasn't a penalty for me. He just lost his balance. But Larty had the 5 minutes he came on for was really good. It was really sharp. He tried an overhead, an acrobatic shot, which I think he caught a Millwall player in the chest. He had plenty of ways of getting some good crosses. He seems like a really good player, and I'm looking forward to see how he plays, because he's doing really well. And this was a draw, but with us gifting their first goal, giving away a penalty, it feels more like a loss. We are still yet to register our first points of the season, and that's just very, very disappointing that we can't get our first points yet, and we really need to get our first point, our first win even, sorry, not first points, our first win of the season, and we're just not getting it, and it's just starting to feel like, are they going to come? You do feel like we might struggle, but there's still a transfer window to come into, and the loan market, so we should get somebody in. But you do feel like that thing, like with the Chancellor, we need to be more clinical in front of goal, and it's a shame, but this game is going to feel like a loss. End of the day, this game is going to feel like a loss. The referee was very poor. and the referee was very poor, let's be honest, but we can't keep blaming referees. I think we've got to work on what we had in this game, move on to the middle of the game and try and get something from that, and try and get a win at Middlesbrough, or try and get a win when we play Yeovil. We just need, when we get our first win, it'll be a lot better, but I still think we are missing key players, key things like a goal scorer or two, maybe change something up in defence, I don't know, but it just seems like we are missing something at the minute, and it's just a shame how we're playing at the minute, because you feel like we should have walked away with that. We had plenty of chances and we just can't put them away, and that's one of our problems at the minute. So guys, not the result we were looking for, but you take a draw instead of a loss, but with how we played, we deserved to win it. We should have won it really, but we let it slip, so need to be more clinical, need to pick up. But let's move on to the Middlesbrough game and see what happens. Bye guys.